Today, I'm going to be spinning yarn on my wheel. And I'm going to be doing it with flax fiber all day. And all week long, I'm going to be spinning plant fibers on my week of Tour de Fleece. And as my wheel spins, I hold it next to the leader and draft the fiber out to form it into yarn quickly and easily from the touch of my hands. All trouble, no ease, rather the reverse. We make it all work. Here in my spinning wheel, a bumblebee, I am in true happiness. And I always find everything that I'm looking for in the yarn that I create. So today, I'll be talking a little bit about how it works and a little bit about why it's so important to me. But first, how it works. I treadle the wheel with my feet and it makes the bobbin spin round and round, with the drive wheel spinning the whirl of the bobbin and the flyer above it. I've been spinning since I was 9 years old, when a Native American man taught me how to spin at a Spanish village where I first began spinning. It was a special experience and one that was meant for me, all treadling, all spinning, and spinning spindles along my legs to make the power of spinning true for me. So I treadle on to make a thread of flax that will one day become a blanket of true fiber. And a big secret, I'm going to be hand dyeing this fiber for its next look. And it'll be just right for the loom that I made recently. With the yarn that I'm making on my wheel, I am able to spin a thread. You can see it here. I've got just a little done to start, but I'll be making more out of this fiber on my spinning wheel. Has a flyer and a bobbin all attached to the drive wheel down below it that propels the bobbin into force forever, spinning clockwise for my singles and counterclockwise for my plies. That's a rule of thumb. And to do this, I twist the fiber round and round on the wheel, and around it goes, making yarn out of fiber as I wish most. In all the world, I wish to spin more than anything. So I'll get back to it. Spinning quickly at times, but then drafting quicker too. Or spinning slowly at others, and then treadling a little less. I make my yarn on my bobbin out of flax all plant fibers this week because that is my focus, so that I can have them hand dyed by a cellulose-only dye artist here in my local town. It'll be just right for me when I have my wheel and spindle all together. Now I'll just spin for a moment. With all imperfections resolved by entropy, order and chaos, I find the true meaning of yarn is rest. It brings me my best meaning and my best self when I am spinning on my wheel. And sometimes I speak while spinning, and sometimes I stay silent, all to match the pace of my wheel as it spins on in its glory of making thread out of yarn that was spun from fiber made for me. I keep it working together, and I keep it in pace, all to create thread in the right time. My hand's drafting as my wheel spins on, true in its greatest fashion, reliable in its turning motion. It works for me. And that's not all. Spinning can be for anyone. Anyone can have the chance to spin. All you need is a wheel or spindle. But I'm on my wheel still, spinning away fast and true, making reliable yarn out of flax fiber, happy in my greatest being as a spinner. What I was always meant to be when that man first showed me what spinning yarn should mean for a man like me in my future. So I'm still drafting yarn and keeping it going. Drafting on and on in my days of spinning glory. I am so happy in my greatest true being as a spinner. I know that I am meant to be this, a spinner of yarn. One who spins yarn out of fiber and thread out of yarn, all back into plies and true yarn creations of my best self. Yarn is powerful. Yarn is truth. Yarn is what I was meant to be. And I make it so. I make it truth. And my yarn rings on and rings forth and goes truly forth in its best meaning of me as a spinner. With one final take, I wish to close this spinning session for today with the wrap-up of my bobbin of flax thread through my hands. Yarn, 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 yarn. That's what I make. And that is who I am. In my truest self. Yarn creation on the Tour de Fleece is what I shall continue for the next while. And I won't stop. I won't stop spinning. I will never stop spinning. I'm on my endeavor for the Tour de Fleece of 2025. And in that endeavor, I am going to be spinning every single day of the Tour de Fleece. You should like and subscribe if you made it to the end of this video, and tell me what you think about the whole Tour de Fleece. Spinning is love, spinning is life, spinning is truth.